Hello lads and lasses, Level 1 Kelt here, and welcome to a different video. This isn't a Let's Play of XCOM 2, this is in fact an announcement video. I was looking through the mod Nexus the other day for both XCOM Enemy Within and XCOM 2, and I saw that a lot of people have put their character pools up on the site, and I figured, hey, I can do that too. I've got some interesting, unique characters. At least I think so. I think they're interesting. No one else. I don't know. Anyway, let's. I'm making this video as a kind of accompanying thing for the post on the Nexus website, just showing off the unique characters. Let me load them in here. Most of these characters have a bio. The only one that doesn't is Cooper, because I'm still thinking things through. And well, it's true I don't have a lot of characters. I haven't created a lot of characters in the game yet. I'm trying to be more substance over quantity. Quality over quantity is what I'm trying to think of. I want to make these characters as good as I can. And I will periodically update the file if I come up with any more characters. So I have my own character there too. But he's not going to be in the file, so not going to look at that. The first character in my unique character pool is Bridget Wildheart Kyo. She is Irish, obviously, and about 50 or 60 years old. She's an ex-military officer with a fondness for animals, which earned her the nickname Wildheart. After leaving the military, Bridget opened a pet shelter and rescue. She worked there for several years before the alien invasion and takeover of Earth. After a group of Advent soldiers destroyed her shelter, she joined up with the XCOM resistance. Now, a lot of the bios make it seem like the characters are out for revenge. I do want to preface that I try to avoid revenge as a reason to do anything for my characters unless I'm trying to set up a feud between characters. Bridget joined XCOM because, well, basically I don't know what's going on with the animals in this world. I don't know if the aliens are just leaving them alone or if they're experimenting on the animals as well. So, for me, the way I imagine Bridget is that she joined XCOM to prevent the suffering of animals. She doesn't want any more animals suffering. You know, she could hear the cries of all the animals in her shelter as it was attacked and destroyed. So she joined up with XCOM to prevent Advent from hurting anymore. She has a fairly distinguished look, by the books attitude, because she's ex-military. She knows the ropes pretty much, and gave her a nice heart pattern and tiger pattern on the armor and weapon to go with the nickname, because why not? I don't really know what I'm doing with this video, I'm just kind of going as I go. Next I have Kenneth Twitch Miller. I pretty much just nicknamed him Twitch because the attitude is twitchy. It seemed appropriate. So I'm gonna actually have to go into the bio here because it's a bit longer. Pardon me. So, Kenneth is a young buck with more to prove in his own mind than is good for him. Which means he doesn't actually have a lot to prove. People actually respect him, but because of what I'm about to detail here, he feels like he has to redeem himself. He feels like he has a lot to prove. So, here's why. Kenneth was your typical high school student getting ready for his final exams before the Advent takeover. He joined in on early protests, but when his best friend was killed for claimed terrorism, he took it as a failure on his part. Though he felt like he wasn't able to save his friend, and if he was stronger or smarter or something, he would have been able to. So he later came across an XCOM operation in progress, and after seeing them in action decided to join them. As I said, he feels like he has a lot to prove. He joined XCOM to look for redemption. He feels that if he kills the aliens, it will somehow redeem him for failing his friend, even though he's the only one who thinks he did. You know, there wasn't anything he could have done to save his friend. So, there it is. I actually kind of imagine Kenneth as an infantry type of character. Kind of front lines with an assault rifle type of thing. I don't know if there's any kind of... I know what the base classes are, but I don't know. I haven't looked into the trees yet. I know there's like shotgun with a sword that's more focused on stealth and that kind of thing, and there's the tech / healer, like the hacker type of person who is also a support. And there's the grenadier with the LMG and the grenade launcher, and the sniper / gunslinger. So I don't know if there is a kind of infantry class, but if there is, that's what I envision him as. Next we have Aaron Timberwolf Robinson, who honestly is just the face reminds me of someone, but I'm not at all sure who. Aaron was a former mercenary turned father of 2. He learned late, but not too late, about the beauty of life, thanks to his wife and his daughters. He actually wanted to join XCOM 20 years ago, when the aliens first invaded, but his wife convinced him that his daughters needed him there. They needed him there to protect them, basically, if the aliens showed up in their town. She convinced him that he was the only one who could save them. But after Advent had taken over, the alien threat was gone. Most people thought it was gone, but Aaron himself found out about the experiments that Advent were doing. He found out they were twisting life. So he finally found out the beauty of life, and now these aliens are twisting it, and this enraged him. So he finally decided enough was enough. He was going to join XCOM. He was going to take the fight to the aliens and take back Earth, take back the beauty of life. Next we have, I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce her first name. I will say also, I looked through the internet for the names of these characters. These aren't randomly generated names. I kind of looked through lists of names and what their meanings were to pick names for these characters. So we have now Little Wing Hayashi. Always jumping but never flying, now earned her nickname due to her tendency to leap before she looks, which usually leads to her falling. But like many young birds, she has the potential to soar, and I have no idea why there is a little chicka between the M and the A there. Little screw up on my part. Now is present at the site of a terrorist attack against the Advent, though she wasn't a part of it. During the ensuing battle, a resistance fighter was wounded and now took it upon herself to get him to cover. Questioning him, she learned the true nature of Advent and promised to help the resistance. Basically, now is a kind but headstrong character. You know, she heard what this resistance soldier was saying and decided then and there that it was true. Without any facts to back it up, she felt that it was true, so she decided to go with it. That's the kind of character I tried to make her. She leaps before she looks. She dashes in, does what she feels needs to be done, no matter the consequences. Next we have Charlotte Barnspider Beaumont. and 10 internet points to anyone who gets the reference. Well, you'll get the reference once you see the bio, so if you get the reference right now, good for you. If you don't, well, whatever. It doesn't really matter. Named after hers and her mother's favourite story, Charlotte was often called Barn Spider for her laid-back attitude and sloppy demeanour. It stuck with her throughout her life. Basically, it's a reference to Charlotte's Web. The spider in Charlotte's Web was a barn spider, so lived in a barn, makes sense. The whole point of the barn part, tied in with her lazy attitude and sloppy demeanour, is that when have you ever seen an entirely clean barn? Yeah. Anyway, moving on to the other part. During the initial invasion, Charlotte became a member of a militia to protect her town. This militia was about... She lived in a moderately large town, so this militia was about 20 to 25 people. She helped repel many attacks spurred on by the efforts of the XCOM troops. Now, I need to preface that I'm not trying to depict her as being exceptional herself. You know, she had these 20 to 25 people at her back, driving off these aliens, as many as she did. And they were all kind of spurred to action by XCOM. Most of the people in her town are now living under Advent, so she's joined the resistance effort. A lot of the people in her town were fooled by the Advent, you know, and she sees this as kind of her efforts with the resistance, or with the militia, were wasted because the aliens have won anyway. And she just wants to kind of liberate her own people, like the people from her town. She's not particularly interested in the world's affairs. She's just interested in liberating the people from her town, showing them what the aliens are really like, and bringing them back to the way things were before the whole invasion. Unfortunately, as I stated at the beginning of the video, I don't have a bio for Cooper yet. He's Australian, nicknamed him Slumdog. I'm sure I'll come up with a reason for that once I go into the bio. I think he looks kinda cool. I'll be honest, he started off as an effort to create the sniper from Team Fortress, but it didn't look right. No matter what way I kinda went about it, it didn't look right to me, so I just decided to just remodel him as best I could without taking the entirety of the look away from him. So yeah, not a lot to talk about as far as Cooper goes. I'll have the file up on Nexus as soon as I figure out how to actually get it on there. I don't know yet. Hopefully I'll be able to get it onto the site within the next day or two. If anyone in the comment section can tell me how to do it, I'd really appreciate it. And as soon as it's uploaded, I'll get a link in the description of this video. Also, if anyone would like to assist me with a biography for Cooper, I'd really appreciate it. Just to preface a couple of things, if you are going to suggest a biography for him, avoid using revenge as a reason. Well, just avoid using revenge in general. Badass mercenary that can kill 100 sectoids, that can kill 100 aliens, and is just there for the sake of killing things. Avoid that too. It's incredibly flash. I mean, I don't have anything against that kind of character as long as they have something else in their character, you know what I mean? Don't make them just the badass mercenary. Make them the badass mercenary that when they go up against a powerful opponent, they leave a memento at the site of their opponent's death as a sign of respect, or something like that. That's pretty much all I have to say in that regard. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed these character backstories. I hope you'll check out the mod page when the file is uploaded. And yet again, I will keep the file updated as I come up with new characters. So, that's it. Goodbye, and thanks again. See you next time.